what's up everyone, it's Jordi here, and I really wanted to make a update video to tell you guys how I am doing. So if that's something you're interested in, you can keep watching or minimize the video. And if you're not interested in my personal life and only are interested in the music, then you can safely ignore this video and just go about your day. So I wanted to have said that up front, and I also wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome if you're new here, and awesome that you want to follow my journey. If you like what you see on this channel, consider clicking on the like button. And if you want to stay updated on when I post new videos like this or anything else regarding to this channel, you can also consider subscribing, but of course it's completely optional. Where shall I start? You all know that in September of last year, I moved here, and it's been mostly a good experience. It's really new, living like this, more independent and kind of a little bit more on your own. It's still not completely on your own because there is care here 24/7, but let's just say they're not constantly in your apartment, and you really have to make sure you fill your own days, do what you gotta do, and they're only there when you need them. And of course, that's what I wanted, and that is what I fought for all these years. But it's still, it's pretty new, and I guess each week that passes, I'm getting more used to it. So I think that's a good sign. Also, the people that live here are really kind, and you can actually have a conversation with them and talk about lots of stuff. So that's pretty fun as well, and it's a new experience as well, but it's also a pretty welcome experience. Regardless though, I am still not feeling too well. I think it's also like when you are in kind of survival mode to get to the place where you want to be, you kind of forget like who do I want to be, where do I want to go in the future, and who am I? All these questions, they kind of fade into the background, and then when you've settled in your new place, then all these questions, they rise again, and I really had no answer to these questions yet, other than, of course, making music, but I had no idea, or I have no idea who I am when I'm like this. So one of the most contributing factors to my mood right now is also that I'm waiting for, I don't really know the term for it in English, but let's just say that when you get a indication from the care system in Holland, like normally every couple of years you get this kind of evaluation, and then you also get a psychological evaluation, and they also test your IQ and all these other kind of things. But the last time that was tested was when I was, if I say this correctly, I think when I was 12 years old. So I never got tested again. And you might ask, well, why do you want to get tested? Well, the reason is because currently I have a indication of a mental disabled person. At that time, my parents thought that was a good idea to do it like that, because the more money you have, the more optimal care you can give. And that in itself isn't a bad thought per se, but if you want to move forward and live more independent and actually grow, and try to do more things yourself, then that indication can kind of become a roadblock, because that's the thing. Once you have that indication, it's not like you can just snap with your fingers and then it's just poof, it's gone. That's not possible. If you then want to prove you are only physically disabled, which is what I'm trying to prove, then you need to do that kind of evaluation again. And so I did in November of 2021. But the question is, I don't know if I did the test good enough or not. And I really thought that the test could be completed in what, like maybe they could have the final score. I hope that they would have it by the end of 2021, but honestly, I still don't have the results in yet. So I still don't know whether I did it good enough. And I must say as well that they also did more than IQ testing. They also did more like tests like on how you behave and that kind of other stuff. So it's not just IQ, it's all these things together that brings up a total score, and that will kind of give a score, and that score will ultimately determine what kind of indication you can get and whether you are mentally disabled or not. There is like mentally disabled, there is like lightly mentally disabled, and there is like physically disabled. And I want to be physically disabled, but for that you have to reach a IQ score of about 67 to 80. That, I think, off the top of my head, that's kind of the score you need to be between in order to get a physically disabled indication. That phrase that says, "Hi, this is Jordi and Jordi is mentally disabled," then that phrase can be removed from the documents, and then I can finally prove that I am. So that's basically why, and maybe also to prove it to the family, and also, you know, to my parents. Maybe that also plays a role, but it's also a case that I just want to be fair to the system, because I feel like I have been cheating the system, although not willingly, but I have been. And I think it's also better from a mental perspective if you know that everything is the way it should be. And also, since I've been here, I have been like, you know, I was like, okay, but what am I going to do? Like, of course, I'm gonna continue working on music, but since I've been here, I was like, I feel like I have been slacking in the music department, kind of, because I don't know if you know, but like I've been making music since I was 12, and I think I started to do it a little bit more serious when I was around 18 or 20. And that's kind of, I feel like it's kind of a little late or something, you know, because when you're like young and you're like, if you then start to take it more seriously and then make it grow, I think it's easier to make it grow when you're younger than opposed to when you're older. I guess that's the feeling that I have. I could be wrong, of course, but that thought started to get into my head, like, what if I'm too late and I cannot grow this thing that I'm building to the heights that I hope it will reach. And no, I'm not really hoping. Of course, I'm hoping for like 2 million streams a month. I mean, who doesn't want that? But what I mean is, I feel like it's a little bit too small for what I wanted to be. Like, if I would have like 10,000 streams a month, I would be happy. Or if I could reach more people across more countries, you know, that's what I want. And I feel like it's a little small, and I have this fear in my head that I can't make it grow because either I don't have the finances, or I don't always have the motivation to grow it to the heights that I wanted to go. I forgot one factor actually. The way that I left my old situation, it's a long story. I'm not gonna tell it on camera here, but let's just say I lost people that in a way that I really thought wasn't needed in the end. I was so mad of the whole situation that I was like, I need to get away from this, and I just you know, I basically left everything. And now I feel like, I think most of it's not my fault, but one particular situation I think I could have handled differently. And I also still feel the effects of what happened. So now I'm basically back into care again, as in psychologically, you know. I started last week, so I'll see what happens this Wednesday when I have my second appointment, but we'll see, you know. All I want to achieve from that therapy is that I can let the past be and start living in the now, and not even the future. Like it's okay to sometimes think about the future, but there's no point in living the future because like it's now and the future will be the present. Um, you know, that's just the future isn't here. The present is now, and now you can change everything. With all this weight, it's on me, and I need to get it off. So I hope that that will work. And of course, a lot of friends help me as well. So that's good too. So that I think that's one of the good points, that you see that your real friends will always remain and they will always be there. So I think that's a pretty good sign. But that's how I've been doing, and that's why I haven't really posted that much on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, because I didn't have anything positive to say. And if I don't have anything positive to say or something that is constructive, then why should I say something? In regards to 2022, I have a couple of songs that are lined up, and the next song is gonna drop February 25th. If you have questions, either send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or leave a comment underneath this video on YouTube. And yeah, I'm thankful for you guys being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.